The protests in Kazakhstan began on January 2nd in the western city of Zhanaozen over a sharp rise in energy prices. Within days, thousands of peaceful protesters in other parts of the country had joined in, demanding economic and political reforms. They were met by Kazakh authorities' usual response: arrests and detentions. This video is about the violence and killings that came next in Almaty, the largest city. Kazakh authorities should launch an effective and independent investigation into these events and ensure justice for what took place. On January 5th, large numbers of people took to the streets in Almaty. Human Rights Watch verified and analyzed over 80 videos of events in the city from January 4 to 6. Together with witness interviews, they show disturbing cases of security forces using excessive and lethal force. On the night of January 4th, security forces used tear gas, stun grenades, and rubber projectiles to disperse peaceful protesters on Almaty's Republic Square, sparking a counter-reaction from protesters and others who threw objects at security forces, looted and burned several police cars. The next day, many law enforcement officers were lightly armed despite the previous night's unrest. They were quickly pursued by people who used violence and beat some of the security forces. Later that day, groups of protesters and rioters marched to public buildings, including City Hall and the vacant presidential residence. At the presidential residence, some tried to enter from two directions. None appeared to pose an imminent threat to forces protecting the residence, but those forces nonetheless opened fire with live ammunition, apparently killing at least 10 people and wounding 19. Bodies can be seen dropping to the ground. As protests and rioting continued around the city, bodies began arriving at the city morgue. They included that of a man shot in the head. It's unclear who shot at him. The following day, January 6, security forces at Republic Square again used lethal force. That evening, security forces fired at peaceful protesters like these.
Но террористы по-прежнему наносят ущерб государственному и частному имуществу, применяют оружие в отношении граждан. Правоохранительным органам и армии мною дан приказ открывать огонь на поражение без предупреждения.
On January 16, the Kazakhstan government announced that 225 people across the country had been killed since the unrest began, including 19 members of the security forces. Thousands have been detained so far, and hundreds remain in detention. Kazakh authorities should immediately ensure an effective, independent investigation into the January events, focusing on the security forces' response, and hold all those responsible to account.